But I have heard calls of hold the line from the crowd. And there's definitely lots of tear gas ready to be deployed out here. Lots of. Yeah, I don't have a mic on me tonight, so it's going to be tough to do interviews. There's a lot of background crowd noise and a lot of, like the wind keeps popping up at us too. But right now we've got, I think this is Virginia State Police down here. We've got the National Guard down the line, kind of a mix of everybody here. So let's see, what do they say on the back of their helmets? These guys are, I think they're I think they're, DC police officers. I gotta get away from the music. All right, she's hopping away. So guys, in the comments, tell me, what do you think is the, oh, sorry. I don't know if we're going to be, I'm looking at comments here. I'm not sure that we're going to be pushed back again. I'm really not sure. Like, we were all the way back. I don't know if you saw the fountain earlier, but this fountain's way at the back. It's quite a ways from the Capitol building. And I'm not really sure how far the line's going to go. We're going to just go ahead and head down this line here and take a look at it. Yeah, so we've got Metro Police and National Guard. I know I saw Virginia State Police also. Some international news network right here. Yeah, it is kind of tough, honestly, to get. It is tough to see that police officers, they're getting a lot of verbal abuse out here tonight, which is every time, to be fair. Like every time, well, not to be fair, but every time we've gone out and provided coverage, they kind of take the brunt of everyone's anger. So there's a whole, there's different groups kind of.
We cannot let this happen.
Pro or against here.
Put it down and walk away. Just refuse this order. You know what's wrong. Was the election fair?
So let's go down.
You know it's an unlawful order.
So these are the National Guard that we're seeing here.
Oh, it's you. This is all a big plan. I swear to God.
They've got a really nice tight line here.
We're having tribute.
The Army's the only way to save us.
It's National Guard and then Metro Police. Do you know how far out they're going to push it? First Street. Okay.
They're going to get bike rack up there and
get everybody right. So this boundary that's been created over here I was going to say, I saw people putting stuff up there. Okay, thank you. Can you tell me how many National Guard units have been deployed out here tonight? Do you know? Is it a typical response?
Yeah, we use but that's just
yeah.
I think it was public. I truthfully don't know. If I knew the answer, I would tell you.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. We hop out of the way here. So it looks like, Jane, that music is coming again. So it looks like the, see, this pisses me off though, because this guy has press all over him, but he's engaging.
With the American people.
It's like this kind of thing. I'm gonna come up here. Like, I don't think you should be allowed to call yourself press and also engage, because the very nature of press is to document, not to interact and engage. But you see this? Like, if they're going to start pepper gassing and tear gassing, it's going to be people like this guy yelling around. So I don't know who this dude is, but my personal See, he's see. I don't think that. Sorry, I'm just looking for an exit really. What's happening? There's people getting feisty. Anyway, CJ is really great about finding those interviews and getting us through a crowd quick and easy. So we're gonna head over this way. Do you guys have any questions there in the I got to get away from this music, guys. Sorry. Let me keep moving around. We're gonna get away from that music there because we don't have copyrights to that music. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna flip this. Let me flip this business around here. Yeah, so CJ is in Washington State because he was covering the protests out there. Like there was a Stop This Deal around the whole United States, or all capitals. It was, and he was covering things there. And since I live in the DC area, I came on down here to cover this event. Sorry, let me get this thing flipped around. Hold on one second. Oh, my fingers are so cold. It's not. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Most police I've ever seen.
There we go.
I've never seen this much police.
Yeah, so these, oh, no, sorry, I'm talking to my feed. It's okay.
I've never seen this much police in my life.
Is this the first time you come down? Hey, buddy, how you doing? This is guy's buddy here. Have you come down to an event like this before? No. You mind if I chat with you for a second? I'm with an independent media group. I'll give you my card here if you'd like. You can turn your friend around. He can be with us also if you'd like. What made you decide to come down here today then, if this is your first time?
See what's going on.
Yeah. So you're here just as an observer rather than as like an activist? And what are your thoughts on this? Do you live in the area then?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know. It's great to see. It's history. It's despicable. I don't like it.
Sorry, I'm getting close to you so that they can hear you. Okay. Sorry about that. There you go. You better say that quietly. Shh, don't tell. Your secret's safe with me.
It's great to see this kind of spirit. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy.
When you say it's great to see this kind of spirit, what do you mean by that?
It's not democracy anymore. It's almost anarchy. Especially when you're storming the Congress. It's not good.
I was down there reporting earlier, right in front, and it was bizarre to see people throw scaffolding hooks.
I love
I just want to come out here. Just want to see what's going on.
Yep.
See how people feel. See the, the energy and all that. So,
Yeah. Do you feel safe out here?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you feel? I mean, if you're from it, we've okay. Yeah, we've seen there's a citizen lineup down over here to hold the line. They're saying, and then we've got the police lineup. So just have your exit strategy all in place. Well, thanks for talking with me. Thank you. Oh, here, I'll give you a. The music again. Sorry, we are not. Do you want? I was gonna say, let me give you one of our. Let me give you one of our cards if you want to take a look at the. No problem. Sure. We got to stay away from all of the copyrighted music, guys. So I keep having to kind of move this line around to get away from that. Nope, we're gonna get a call again. Oh, okay. So we're gonna just kind of stay out of the way here and get away from this guy who was yelling at the cops. So. I'm gonna try getting to the edge. Hold on a sec. Let me get this up. There we go. I don't know what flag that is there, but something. Sorry. Oh, music. Sorry. Let's get out of here. So here we are.
Well, for several reasons. I'm here, first of all, to share the gospel and to bring a warning that this country is under judgment for all that is done here
You know, I am not seeing any Proud Boy presence. I'm not actually seeing any organized group presence. It seems to just be a collection of individuals. It's not an organized group effort at all. I haven't seen any particular groups represented here. Yeah, it seems to be like more
Normal
of
if you're a patriot, if you're Antifa, you never see this.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go get me some Antifa card, and then I'm gonna come back
Chilly
here
here.
and I'm gonna watch how different it is. Because if I put on some Antifa shit, they're gonna go home. Y'all aren't gonna get called. I'll probably be given the fucking key to the front door.
That only hurts because that actually is what I'm.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
So next time Antifa comes here and touch birds in the city, and y'all aren't working your weekend, y'all should come back and stand with the Patriots. It's pretty fucking fun.
We'll get your map.
Nothing better than
Yeah, you'll get to crack some skulls if you go against Antifa.
Can I ask what group you're with? I have press up here.
Yeah, D-Live.
What is
and,
it?
D-Live, which is the platform, and then we broadcast to a bunch, but Happening Center.
Happening Center?
Yeah, Happening Center.
Okay. I saw the whole press guard here.
You know, we're in Rome.
Yeah. I was just thinking.
Oh, yeah. You know, press badges. They mean nothing,
I have,
right?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yours is cute. Look at
No,
yours.
see, I got it all colorful.
Mine all like, hey, yeah, like I work in a.
You gotta like go colorful with it though. Well, yeah.
Well, I know, right? It's to show that you're identifying yourself, and then you're not getting involved.
So can I ask you a question? Is that right? Do you mind if you're on? I mean, obviously, don't care if you're on camera here.
Are you live?
I'm live streaming, right? Let me give you my. I'm actually with CJTV Media. I don't know if you've heard of us.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
CJ.
CJTV Media. Oh, do you?
Yeah, he does all the rights and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Started out. He worked with another.
He did. No, it was concrete reporting. Yeah. He started off doing the Chop Chaz coverage, and then he's kind of covered protests all across and other stuff too.
Taking a lot of
Tomorrow I'm gonna go work.
his position change.
We're gonna be ready tomorrow. Where were you? We're gonna do this again tomorrow.
The mind that
Sorry, I'm to get so close. I don't have my mic, so I got to get a little bit closer.
he's on the left side.
Hey, y'all think Antifa was
Yeah.
bad?
No, I would rather people say it to us because they're saying it behind us. Can I ask you what has prompted them to feel that we're more pro Antifa or pro anything really?
What's the point? Things come up like when the fires are going on, and he's in a particular odd area. Where a fire started, and that's wildland.
Are you talking to Kenosha?
I don't know exactly where.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. Anyway, it's just this support
Mhm.
They're American. You're gonna stand
Yeah.
puts him in that category of being.
There's nothing over right
Puts you in the category of BLM. So
Sure.
it's an opposite.
So what's interesting though is the BLM Antifa, that side hate us. Like
And see, that's
Absolute.
The thing. It's and it changed. I watched it so much. Villain Phoenix was
Yeah.
extreme, right?
he was down here today, wasn't he?
I
Yeah.
think it was. I watched his
Uh-huh.
from supporting
Bring this
to just
shit back up.
bearing the brunt of
Congress
the
is the
organization.
result.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though. So where do you think Villain Phoenix stands on the line then?
After
I think
protesters
he's tipping
stormed
conservative.
the Capitol, I think they fucked up the Patriots.
Yeah.
Because here's
So
the
they're
thing.
gonna
Liberal
start
ideas
counting
cannot
at 8 p.m.
survive outside of
After the Gestapo uses
Okay.
fucking police.
communism,
And the
things
air
like
guard
that.
says
Those
everybody,
systems of government.
They're gonna start counting.
Okay.
Y'all not
So,
see
you know, this
the
we
shit
receive
they
a
are
bunch of
pulling?
foundation
They
wise.
will go.
Sorry. Do you mind if we move over a little bit? Yeah, people aren't able to hear from that. Sorry. Let me just hop over this way.
You know, so I'll talk about Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
So the Black Lives Matter movement, which we believe is really just a movement that's been rebranded, obviously for this generation, is a soft message of Black Lives Matter. And it, of course, is a Democrat money funneling system that money up because we see the various Black Lives Matter chapters who talk about having problems with fundamental. The real issue is at the base level. This is going to see and going to speak as much, you know, as science and Mother Nature's responsible is that we take a degree of living under the rules. And when people say that federal rule of 1356, 13% of the population comes to 6%. The statistics professor McGavin on the class is saying that it's not 100% of the black community doesn't. There's tremendously less of that it's not an issue. But everything's available. So if 80% of the black community wants more police, that would mean 20% of the 13% are the problem. So 20% of 30% are 2.6%.
That's some good fast math right there. Well done. Yeah. Yeah.
2.6%
Sure.
is responsible for 56% of the crime.
Okay.
So when you hear Hillary Clinton now say super president, you're like, okay, is that totally undisagreeable? Everything is on a belt, right?
Okay.
So the elephant in the room that we have to notice is that genetics and race, and there are certain things we can do to absolutely I open up
And then they do it to the Christians. They're trying to get everybody else.
I was born Muslim.
This is something where we have evidence to show that it's worked, and now we have evidence of
I did. They got my
Yeah, they do the clip.
nobody waits.
That's racist.
The Quran does not say well, how can
keep dropping clothing and food for free, they can't begin to develop the baseline businesses to build up an economy. So you're screwing these people trying to help them. It's this misplaced altruism. A lot of the left has thinking that the solution is this
So you-
institutionalized racism. There's no such thing as for white people. Absolutely. Equal employment opportunities. That's institutionalized racism, which specifically states that if I'm applying for a job, they have a quota that you need to meet. And some applicants
I wish this guy would shut the hell up. No one wants to see him.
Right now, the appeasement is important, okay? We're not, you know, the welfare has been a disaster for them because it just increases numbers that don't work because the mothers want to use it to get money.
Okay.
So we need to really face the growth-based biological factors that we are students so we can actually address the problem.
So let me ask you this: what do you see happening? Best case scenario, what happens after today?
I know, back on top.
Well, you know, let me go back one quick second. So I see your deck. You know, you've got your press, and you're alive. Do you live stream or okay? Do you feel like there's an area in live stream or in journalism that can be unbiased, that you don't have to choose a side? You can just report what you see.
Because here's the thing, it's like movie review. The movie review is based on that movie reviewer's frame of the world.
Sure.
So they're going to look it through that lens. I always think movie reviewers should list their favorite movies. Now I could go, oh, I like this guy's movie because I like those. I think I'm going to like his opinion. We have the same congruent things. If you don't have that, we have communication.
So my question though is, I see like the basis of the platform is to elevate voices, and I will say when CJ was doing Chop Chaz, for sure he was when he was just a kid on a couch. Like he was he was in Seattle.
I understand. Irrespective of what you think personally, you have to behave when you're in areas.
Sure. Yeah, you're not gonna.
Right.
Yeah,
You
got to be safe.
Everybody watching TV is that if you're going to go to these things, the first thing you need to do is understand what normal is. What is normal, even in a riot?
Sure.
Oh
Have you covered a lot of riots?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been at Portland. I've been at this since the beginning.
Have you?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I mean, what we've seen too is it's adaptive. You know, they learn from one riot to the next riot to the next riot and move things around.
Antifa is a CIA-run operation. The CIA and many portions of the FBI so you have infiltration. We have a near total infiltration at various levels. And you see that, like in Seattle, when they arrest someone, the prosecutor is a pro-Antifa friend. And what happens is the people are released and they arrest. So you can castrate your police force's ability to keep the streets clean.
Okay.
At the first level in the justice system, at the prosecutorial level, the prosecutors proactive, they'll just release it. How do you achieve justice if people are released? Because you have a collusive system. So, you see it too. It's not like everyone's sitting around the same table. It's kind of like England, right?
Okay.
The House of Commons.
Okay.
They do their thing for them, but they also work with the House of Obama and the House of right, but they want to fight for power. So Obama was going to snowball. Excuse me.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to get you close to the mic on this.
Oh, okay.
CJ, so CJ is our in the field reporter. I produce with him. I'm behind the screen all the time. Oh, you're actually live. Yeah, so that is one thing that we don't we're live streaming, so it's not edited, not filtered, because I was just going to say it's important that without independent media, without unbiased free press, there's no democracy.
This is new news.
Yeah.
I spent a couple hours on people chasing out fake news. We need a narrative.
Yeah.
All of the footage that
But I've watched you out here. I was watching you walk in the line, and it looks to me like you're creating a narrative, though. So would you call yourself press, or would you be an activist? Okay.
Because and you know, on your side, not on your side, sorry, but on the leftist side, that we have marched, and I've been with them, I've been in their.
But would you consider marching with them or documenting the march? Yeah, documenting. Okay.
You have to win and roll, because they will out you. But just march with them and you document what's going on. But
because I feel like there's a difference between so for me to put on press and to document, it would be I don't activate. Yeah. So so are you out here as an activist or out here as press? Yeah.
Because I won't lie, right?
Sure.
You see on the Antifa side, the left side, they're press.
Yeah.
Constantly.
They're not press.
Right, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not press.
So, and that's to be.
But maybe I am, maybe it isn't, right? Because right now I could say that the narrative is we have a constitutional crisis.
Sure.
We have National Guard people being brought against their own citizenry. But if they know the UCMJ can walk away and drop their shield and have nothing done against it.
Uh-huh.
We have a mayor here who is pro-communism, definitely anti-Trumper, hates us. You see what she's done, right? With her little no-gun area. I don't know how you can have how you can block a Second Amendment activity next to a First Amendment activity. Second Amendment, that's the first. They want to do that. They want us disarmed, right? So this is just the start. I would say it was mission accomplished today. We broke into the Capitol.
Was that the objective at the start? Because to me, I felt like it was a march after the president's speech, and then it seemed like there was a call or a flash. I don't know that it felt planned. It just was kind of.
Well, right, Overton limits, right? Things started to get pushed in certain directions, people going, so when we got pushed, we wanted to go inside. And I think that was a statement.
See, you're speaking we. I hear like we.
Oh, I'm okay.
So no, I mean, but so you're out here activist. I was up on the side, and then did I go in? No, there was hundreds of thousands of people out there.
Got killed tonight.
I heard there was
They were behind the glass.
like
Doors
okay.
were shut behind the glass doors. They were in front of it, shot right through the chest.
I hadn't heard that. Yeah, I heard that someone got shot. So were you up at the front up there?
Yeah, right up front. And so it was mission accomplished. Mission accomplished because we got in there and we shut down the process.
So that was my question. The mission was to shut down the process.
I don't think you want to shut down the process. We need to get to the answer of is this, is Pence going to drop the dime on Trump and throw him under the bus, or is he going to do the right thing that he should according to the Constitution, right? And for the time Trump. So I don't know. I think this was. Look, in the last 8 months, Antifa and BLM have proven and shown that violence works.
Okay.
People like yes petition. We are a different kind of violent here, so to speak. Right?
Hey, no, first thing is halfway across, everybody.
Violence is the ultimate authority from which all other authority is formed. Whoever has the ability to apply more violence in a situation is the authority. There's more of us here, but we're not ready to do that because we don't feel the cost. Today we felt the cost to get into the Capitol building, so
Yeah.
the energy is there. We should acknowledge that. So the next thing is, if the state is being stolen, then we need to do all sorts of things. Everyone needs to organize, everyone needs to get together, and everyone needs to do whatever disobedient thing you can do to bring this country back under control. Because I've seen enough evidence. It's so obvious. Kamala hasn't given up her seat. Why wouldn't she? If she's supposed to be the VP, you give that up right away, right? Where is Biden? Where is he? I don't know what basement he's in. I put up a floorboard and like, so now it's just, we're in a little bit of a limbo right now.
Are you surprised by something that we've seen in the past too? We've been out here at the November rally, and then again December 11th rally. It seems like this side doesn't have, like, I'm surprised there isn't more organization out here tonight, to be honest, because today it felt like I heard chatter in the crowd that they were going to gear up, come out, occupy, not leave, but there isn't. I mean, I'm looking around, and this is just a collection of people.
This was the first field operation, so to speak, of this new generation of Patriots.
Okay.
If I say, listen to what I'm going to say. On January 6, 2020, Patriots stormed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. That sounds pretty damn historical. So what's going to happen is everybody understands the level of resistance now they're going to meet in place. And I think, believe it or not, Antifa and BLM will provide some educational tactics to some of these people on how to achieve our goals a little better. Occupying spaces.
Well, you see what works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see what gets.
Correct.
So when you say Patriots stormed, are you talking Patriots as in a group or as an ideology?
Citizen, right. Those citizens of the United States that identify as the principal United States.
Okay.
That would be how we classify. I had everybody, race, creed, color, everything. Didn't matter. One focused goal, just to stop this and steal this communist insurrection. It's China. It's the deep state. It's deep. It's dirty billionaires. And they're not all sitting around the table working together, but they are taking advantage of each situation. Remember, it is being a country. China works for China only. But if BLM messing around in America creates division, that's good for China. China's going to take advantage of that and say, I don't know, can we send them cheaper fireworks? And I was saying, fuck China. I would be racist. Fuck China.
No. Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Oh, no. China is our number one enemy. We have 2.5 million Chinese in the United States, 1.95 million confirmed CCP agents. I have the list. The list is disseminated in this link. Now, when we say agents, it's not James Bond agents with spyglasses. It's infiltrated individuals that have gotten into all of our companies, all of our industries. And anytime they get any information, they want to send back to somebody. They send it back. And that's how the Cold War and the CCP keeps their power going. They keep playing. This was an engineered virus. Coronavirus is the flu. You can look on the back of a Lysol can from 5-10 years ago. It says human coronavirus. This is the first time it's happened. But President Xi, communist, China is collapsing. He is going to be the presiding president over collapsing countries. And what's he going to do? He just smashed the keyboard, lit everything up, and said, here's what we're going to do. Release this virus. He's money the head of the World Health Organization. Also a member of the communist organizations. Along with Xi, we got together exclusively and put out the plan to spread COVID. Right? You can look for COVID. What's this? Watch the numbers. When the COVID deaths go up, the stroke and heart attack deaths go down. It happens like this. As COVID goes up, stroke and heart attacks go down. It's parity. Why? Because we record all of these stroke and heart attack deaths as COVID deaths.
Okay. Well, we hear that from. It depends who you talk to. I mean, it's if you talk to one person on one side, they're going to have their statistics, and they're going to have, they're going to have as many experts as the other side.
Well, not really, because I'll tell you why. The statistics are there. The death rate is the same. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. When you can quantify a death as COVID, if you're a skydiver, because that allows them to politicize the pandemic. Hey, the masks do nothing. Learn about the word Dalton. Dalton is a measurement of size. That is how you measure the size of the virus.
Okay.
It's so small. These don't do anything. They do nothing.
They help a little with the tear gas, though, man. I was out there, and that.
If it gets hot here,
That's the worst. Well, I had it in my pocket, and I had this thing in my pocket, and I pulled it out because that gets in your throat, man.
It's called Sudafed. S-U-D-E-C-O-N, Sudafed, the Decon ones.
Yeah, CJ has all of that. He's got a whole go. Yeah, I mean, he's got a go bag. Like he's got the whole. He's definitely been in.
I didn't talk to him, but I walked by and saw him in Oregon. And I think his labels are changing.
I'll tell you this. He has. Yeah, here's the deal. The objective of the platform is to elevate voices and tell people's stories, to not go tell our story and share our opinions. It's about letting other people speak, because that's what that's what unbiased media is supposed to do. And he definitely has learned as he's gone along. He's my brother.
Anything.
He's my brother, so I can say, nice to meet you too.
Oh, I hate him.
Oh, are your leopard nephew?
Go away. He has no
Very
mic.
nice.
No one can
Yeah,
hear
so
him.
I'll say
He's not even a real
and
reporter.
before
Go
he
away.
started
Go
all
away.
of
Go
this,
away.
not political. Like this started for him because he was on his couch at home in Ballard, like in the Chop Chaz area, and he was watching live stream media, and he wanted to know it wasn't being reported correctly. And so he went out there with his camera and started recording, and has progressed from there. And then this turned into a whole, a whole thing. Yeah. So, and I will. Oh, what is Baked Alaska? What is Baked Alaska? Is that a nickname for him? Oh.
Baked Alaska, I'll tell you what he is. Baked Alaska is a canard reducing wind resistance on the pendulum as we swing in the sun and the more. But I mean, it's just a mixer. It's just more shit blowing up there. He's no substance. He's an agitator.
Okay.
You're not going to get anything.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot like that, though. There's a lot of, he was out here earlier. I think he was out here. He was out here last time, for sure. So let me ask you this, though. So, like Dylan and CJ both started off in the same, covering Chop Chaz, Portland protest. Like the first time we met him was Chop Chaz. Was out there on the streets, guys. Well, I meant the stream met him. I'm from this area, from Baltimore area. Yeah. But him and CJ started off in the same place, and they've kind of moved along some of the same routes. I don't know if he's gone across the United States the way CJ has. But the thing that I find so interesting is that he's taken such heat for following Proud Boy events and for walking, covering Trump rallies and stuff. But he's also stood on the steps of the Washington Monument and talked to Martin Luther King Jr.'s granddaughter and followed followed all the, because he would talk to, I would talk to the leader of BLM as much as I would talk to, any other, we've interviewed Enrique Tarrio, and it's just interesting because it is a fickle world out, the live streaming world is fickle, and everyone has decided CJ said once that if you walk down the street, you walk down the middle of the street, you're going to get hit on both sides. And that's kind of where you're at, is being independent is everyone wants to box you into something or another thing. But I don't think you have to take a stand. I think that there has to be a space in the middle where we can say, I'm going to let you tell your story. So I would say my value is always going to be humanity. Like when humanity exits, then I would step in. When we were in DC last time in November, a guy got on the ground, they were still beating at him, and CJ pulled people off, and I went and pulled, tried to get involved. But other than that, I feel like there has to be a sacred space in the middle, and maybe it's called press, I don't know what it's called, but where we can say, here's what's happening through a filter of a camera, not through my lens. Yeah. Yeah.
News is trading. Politics is trading. It's rational. ask to advance this. So this is why Twitter is legal. Instagram is legal. Any type of collection and dissemination of live streaming is removing all of the middlemen between the viewer.
Yeah, it's kind of pulling the artifice out of it as much as you can. But I think there is a place though to report the news and not make the news. I saw that. I was actually next to. I had my press badge has been. It's been gone most of the day. I had it under my thing because they were being chased off. We didn't have any sort of. Did you have any signal down over there? Do you have a live view pack? Or, no, I mean tonight, but earlier today. So did you say that you were up there and able to get footage of the storming into the Capitol? Were you live at that time?
See that thing right there?
Oh yeah.
That big tower with those white things on it. That's a cell booster from AT&T
Sure.
Mobile.
Sure.
Right. So, and I had.
It was choppy. I would be down a few. You get choppy.
I couldn't even send a text.
It's bad. They shut it down. I mean, you got so many people.
Yeah, there was that one spot. Were you there? So today I had it going on, and my cell phone, a bunch of cell phones around me, people were like, "What happened?" Like something happened. They had flipped a switch for sure. So I'm curious how you got your. Were you live and able to get it all, or were you just okay?
So you can find censorships and stuff that
Yeah.
Everybody hates 5G, but all of us that broadcast are like, I don't want 5G.
Well, there's that like live U-Pack thing too. Yeah. Yeah. That's.
I'll give what I think, what I think, how I see it. It's a culture. It's what's going on, right? Sex is determined by violence, male and female, right? But gender is culture. Gender is determined by culture, boy and girl. So in our culture, we have boys and girls. But there's another culture that's trying to impose its culture on ours and saying, no, you can have 500 genders. You can cut off your genitalia, switch around, do whatever you want to do, be as degenerate as possible. So that's what the fight is. So we're not going to allow them to change our culture.
But the thing about it though is culture is evolutionary. I mean, like, why do you get to determine the culture of the United States? Why can't there be cultures within a culture? Okay. So you don't think that culture? I mean, like the United States culture has been adapted.
That is architecture, right? And then we swing over here to this building. That's brutalist architecture, meant to take away any feeling and form.
Okay.
That takes away culture. This is culture and history. So that's what we have. That's the important thing. That's the culture.
Okay.
They want to change this culture. We're not.
When you say they, who wants to change the culture?
Well, okay, I would say anyone. Obviously, the left, which includes the deep state, BLM, Antifa, all of the little operations, the infiltrated individuals within the government that want to do that, and all of the support that we have from the state actors.
So let me ask you this then. It might be kettling. Oh no, they're fine. They were starting to shift around. Do you not feel that there's a space within that we can't have different types of cultures within the United, like the general? No, I'm saying if there's, I mean, just as devil's advocate, if there are people that are like, why can't we live in America? If we want to change our gender, if we want to live this particular way, would you have a problem with that? Like, why is that something that you don't feel that should be allowed? Or, in all those different scenarios.
It's that when gay men dress in bondage and sex toys march down our central streets and place our children above our shoulders. Technically not illegal, but it is degenerate. We don't want that in our culture. It's not part of our culture.
Would it be okay if it's a woman in a bikini and hoisting?
Degeneracy is degenerate. It could be, depending on what it is. It's
Okay.
the skirt, right? It's the shopping cart.
Okay.
You don't have to put the shopping cart back. But you should, because it's a good thing.
I had a girlfriend that said if you want to measure a person's character, see where they put their shopping cart. Yeah.
So the problem is, like the black community, they need to take.
So, okay, let me ask you that then. The Black community, the Latino community, the Irish community, they all have their own culture. And so if something's culturally acceptable to them, is there not a place for that kind of culture within the United States?
It's the position of our cultures that are compatible with us, and our cultures that are not. Islam is not a compatible culture. I don't have Muslim friends. If you have Muslim friends, you're not real Muslims because you're not supposed to be friends with any of us. It's the same thing with the Israelis. It's the same thing with the Israelis. It's kind of odd that the nation allows ownership of pornography sites, the infiltration. No, I'm not a Nazi. I'm not a fascist. But it's interesting from a historical perspective. It's always the communists calling our side of fascists and the Nazis. Right?
But it feels a little, it is feeling like everyone is saying what you, like, I wore black tonight because I had black, that's the color of my jacket. And I had someone say to me, like, you shouldn't wear all black tonight because someone might think you're Antifa. But on the other hand, I also had a blue scarf that I couldn't wear either because it feels like we're in a situation where everyone is kind of being Nazis to everyone else.
So, let me do a little history.
Okay.
What is the word Nazi? People levy it as an insult. Right? It's a combination of two words. It's German words.
So we're moving out. All right. That was nice. Thanks for
Hey,
chatting
it
with
was
me.
really nice meeting you.
You
So
too,
if
you
you
too.
see CJ,
I'll-
tell him I'd like to say hi.
He would love to talk with you. So, and I'm sure they have it on there. I wasn't able to hear you when you talked about what media group you're with.
Oh, no, we go to
They'll
D-Live.
track it.
Yeah,
They'll-
we're going to, they'll
my-
find it. So, be safe out here. It's good
You
talking
too.
to you.
Thank you so much. All right, that was interesting. Oh, they're moving the line again. Yeah, we were kind of. Oh, I don't know what's happening right now, but I feel like I'm getting kind of thrown in the middle of something here. Yeah, he had a lot of interesting ideas that are not necessarily my ideas, but obviously not. Everyone has their own. Oh, I am between something here. I got to find a spot to get out. Hold on. Absolutely, I'm getting out. So I told you this was this line was not created by the police. The line that's here was created by individuals. Oh, it's getting cold out here, you guys. So this perimeter here is. Let me hop back. The perimeter here on the edges is citizen erected, and it looks to me like the law enforcement is creating a new line. Oh, you guys, it's getting so cold out here. Oh, music. I'm going to get away from the music. We're being kettled, you guys. I don't know if they're going to start arresting people. Yeah, we're totally kettled in here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is no more exit. There's police. There are police over here. I gotta pee. They can't arrest me because I gotta go potty, man. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on live. Sorry. Oh. I don't know where the exit point is around here, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Guess I'll just wait for. There isn't really an exit. Oh, there's an exit.
This way. They got one door. I just got grabbed by the cops.
All right. So we're just going to make our way out here. I want to ask them. Sorry, can you tell me how far back are they moving? How far back do they want us? Okay, thank you. Oh, sorry, I'm swinging the camera on here, you guys. All right, we're coming back out. I got out of the middle of that thing. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the kettling process was right there, but it could have been that they're we're fixing to arrest people. Oh, they're moving us again. Yeah, they're trying to get people out. I'm gonna go ahead and hop over here to the edge. We're gonna go ahead and hop over here to the edges.
Murderers!
So there's this I'm not really sure what this was about in the middle here because there's still people on the edges, but there's like a line coming in. Okay. There's a line of trying to say National Guard and Metro Police coming, and I think they're just moving the crowd back and moving the crowd back. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's cold. It's getting real chilly out here. So there's, they've kind of created this odd perimeter in the middle here. I'm not really sure, like, the movement of this body here. Do you see there's some on the, like, their backs are turned to us here, but then they're advancing over on this side. So if you guys understand what's happening here, I don't have enough experience to know why they've turned their backs on us right here. And also the ones in the bright colored jackets. Who are them? Who are they?
I'm just not really sure what this tactic is.
Oh.
Everyone's kind of separated into small groups.
So around me, people are just kind of yelling random things. Kind of insults everywhere, honestly. I don't know what's happening over here, but
I'm trying to do it like you wanted. Hey, Mark. Hey, sir. Haley, let's go.
yeah, I just heard him say.
My Constitution. Fuck you, Ken.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not letting.
If you work this way, there's a hole in the gate.
I'm not sure what the plan is right here.
You're right there. Right there. I can't leave. I just walked out. Orange.
I got him.
Have my press badge out here. I'm not sure what the plan is, you guys. Like, I don't know if they're rounding people up to arrest them or like they're trying to keep them in the middle.
Where'd he go?
Like there's some mainstream media here that's been kettled in also. But I'm not sure what the
If you want to bring the satellite truck, but I don't know where that is.
I'm really not sure why the
Travis, we're gonna have to keep moving once we're out too. They're moving us out.
I don't know why they're having some people in and some people out. They're pulling this guy. There's a whole bunch of it looks like a bunch of the DC people, or a bunch of the National Guard pulled back over there.
As one of my lovely friends said, I see a lot of you who got tricked into joining.
There's an interesting
That 20% charger was left to go, right?
I'm not sure why these guys are here in the middle, but I'm not sure the movement here actually.
I'm gonna throw that bitch on.
It's getting real chilly.
They grabbed me and told me I couldn't leave. Are they gonna let him leave?
I'm glad I got to the other side of this lineup here.
Nobody out. They just said shut it down. Get out, go, run.
Uh-oh. Hey,
Do shit.
I'm not standing by this guy. Not standing by that guy. Those girls ran like scared little bunnies. I don't blame them. So some people came over and knocked this down to get out, but they seem to be kind of, they are not letting people out now. I don't know what the plan is though. Do they want to like arrest these people or I'm not sure. Do you know why they kettled them all in there? Yeah, they're really not. You see these girls are over here trying to get out. They had to just scurry away out. What's that?
Looks like they're just pointing them over there.
I don't know.
Let him out! He want out, let him out!
Yeah, this woman's trying to I don't know if she's trying to negotiate her way out or she's making a stand. Either way. There you go. Oh, excuse me.
Next time,
Sorry, Miss Lucian. Sorry, Miss Lucian. I'm sorry.
About 2.5, 3 foot wide, standing in at a 5.8. 325
So loud. Oh crap, I gotta plug my phone in. So it looks like most of the people left the center over here. I'm not sure what the center perimeter is for, but looks like they got everybody out of the middle. I get my phone plugged in.
I can count from above.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're being detained in there or not. Yeah, there's some people kind of in the middle there, but I'm not really sure what the plan is with them. I'm not sure if they're sorry guys, I gotta plug this back up in just a second. So the thing is, I don't know why they would divide the crowd exactly the way they did. Sorry, I gotta plug this thing in. Because it seems like it would make, I'll turn this around a little bit. So they kettled the crowd in a really, I don't know, in kind of a bizarre way. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone charged in here. Sorry, guys. There's a small, okay, I'm going to flip this around again, sorry. There is a bunch of movement happening. Where is the stupid charger thing on here? Grab a different one. Oh, so they're starting to circle again. Yep, so they're starting to move. Looks like they're moving forward. I don't know if they plan to make arrests to kind of make a point to get people to disperse, or if because the people in the middle weren't necessarily agitators, but they don't seem to be letting them out. They seem to be actually closing ranks on them. There's kind of this. Sorry, guys. Only 16%. Okay. There's a I'm not really.
All right, so this is the conclusion. The police and the National Guard were pushing us further and further away from the Capitol. Eventually, they got into a situation where they kind of encircled us. So there was a circle of police. And
yep. So they were being arrested.
Outside of the circle, people kind of got out. People were stuck in the circle, including us, realized that we couldn't get out. So we asked them where to go. We didn't really get an answer. And so one guy said, "Okay, here's the press," indicated by the fact that I was sitting on the right, and he kind of let us further through the barrier. As well as my team here. However, the people who were not with the press, who were the protesters, they're actually sort of stuck inside the circle now. What will happen to them? I'm not sure. They could be reprimanded and let go or arrested or held in detention. Not sure exactly. So,
okay, we're moving back now.
We're getting a little bit now too. They're asking us to move it in the back. We'll do that. But so yeah, people report to be told.
All right, so here we are. We started off way up at the Capitol, and we've slowly been moved back. We've got more. There's more cops coming through, or more Metro Police. There's a group of people that have been kettled in the middle that I don't know if they're being arrested or they're going to be let go, but they were some of the protesters that are in there. There is a curfew in effect. It seems, most people have respected the curfew. It's mostly just media left out here. They split. So if you look around here, this is all media now. The protesters have been sent to the outside of the ring. It was actually, that was a pretty impressive maneuver. Because at this point, there are no protesters left. We've got a lineup here of, this is all police officers. I don't think the National Guard is still, we do still have some National Guard here in the back, but it's mostly Metro Police right now. The protesters have been pushed to this side. I think there's protesters over that way. There's another police lineup over that way. So we've got media. The only ones that's left is media.
She's pressed, isn't she?
So it looks like, absolutely, I'm more than willing to move back. So we've got National Guard, Metro Police. I'm not sure. Not sure what's happening. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what happened. So I think that the protesters that were pedaled before, it looks like there's a large police presence over there. I'm not sure if they're issuing arrests. But this is the
here we are, pretty much the only
scene out here.
Here are the police and the press.
We had a lot more. The other day there were several 100,000, ranging up to, I've heard reports is up to close to 1 million. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to quantify that number. But all that's left out here is, I think there are protesters. There are protesters out in this area. All that we have left here is our media. Yeah, there was no, I didn't see any counter protests happening. There was straight, everyone seemed to be in the same group here, or the same objective. There were calls earlier today that organized groups were coming out to occupy the Capitol. There were calls of maintain the line, but this evening there isn't any sort of organization.
Destroyed. The Associated Press's deal, like the cameras, the stands.
As far as
everything.
So cold, you guys. We're at Washington D.C. in front of the Capitol building.
Like a lot of
there's been an order issued to disperse, and most people have. Like, there hasn't been much resistance at this point. Like I said, it's mainly media. We've got media out here, and I don't know what the beeping is. Oh, Yeah, I don't even see. There aren't protesters in there. I don't know if they've been arrested and removed. I'm not sure. But there's still a National Guard presence, and there's definitely lots of police. I'm not sure how the numbers. I'm not sure how the numbers rated today with how many protesters were down here. So if you'll see here, there's a line of police down this way, and there's barricades erected here, and barricades erected over here. And yeah, I mean, things were kept mostly peaceful today. I don't know, peaceful as far as there wasn't infighting amongst the crowd. There was a call. So after the president spoke, the crowd marched down to the Capitol area, and they stormed the Capitol. Like there was a kind of a battle cry or a war cry that propelled people forward, and they started climbing the scaffolding, and eventually were able to breach the Capitol. They broke out some windows and were able to get inside. And what I mean by peaceful is that it was, I don't know how to explain it right. There wasn't violence within the crowd. It was targeted in one direction. And in other protests that we've been in, the violence is with one another. You know, like there's one crowd fighting in the faces of another crowd, and violence breaks out. Like right now would be like people fighting one another. Today, the crowd they were all opposed, like they were all pushing against the police, really. That was the only opposition, and the opposition of, you know, getting into the Capitol. But there wasn't, you know, fighting amongst the crowds. So in that way, that's when I say there wasn't violence amongst the people. There was hostile action, but yeah, the fighting came between the police and the hi. So things have really, I don't know, they're kind of all calmed down. You know, I just realized I may not be able to get out. You guys probably realized that far before I did, but there's how unobservant. I just realized that, yeah, I mean, I don't mean peaceful like it. I meant peaceful as far as you knew exactly where it was coming from. It didn't feel. I've been on the streets, reporting in protests and riots before, and there's a sense of like something could pop off at any second, you know, and there's infighting. And today there wasn't. The violence was targeted completely in one direction. It wasn't fighting on the street. There wasn't fist fights or knives being pulled on one another. It was a different sensation out today. This is the. Hi. So here's where we're at. Oh, good. You know what? There is an exit over here that I'm going to utilize because I don't understand the. We've still got this guy over here I interviewed earlier. It was a little bit hard for me though. I saw a guy writing a message on the stone wall right outside the Capitol. Like I was up on the steps, and he was using a Sharpie, and that's not okay. It's not okay to deface a national monument like that, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. It's also difficult to see the police being so brutalized, you know, like they've took a lot of verbal abuse the entire day from a group that's typically been supportive. And I know everyone, you know, I'm not going to, just from a human's perspective, you know, not from a, it's hard to watch a human being be verbally attacked and have their children talked about. Like I heard that a lot, you know, them talking about their children, and I can't, it's difficult against police, against any human being. That's, I don't know, it's not acceptable. You leave people's kids out of it. So there's kettling going on. It looks like way down on the other side over there, there's a kettle line that's been created. And then there's one here. And I'm not sure if there's anything else. I'm not sure if there's anything going on anywhere else in the city right now. I've heard lots of sirens just recently, but I think this is pretty well. Just show this. I think this is pretty well. I think right now if staying out is just to get arrested, really, and I don't think there's anything productive in that. So all over here behind me, this is all like media. A lot of it is mainstream. It's actually a lot international media, which is interesting to me. Like one group is reporting from Hong Kong, and it's a lot of international media. And there's been talk of organized groups coming back tonight, but I don't think that's happening. The police are far too. Yeah, the police are. They're holding a really tight line. So unless a group came out en masse, I don't think that anything else is going to go down tonight, other than people getting arrested. And there isn't any violence. Like, yeah, I think they're just trying to clear the city out or trying to get people out of here. So it was. I'm really grateful that I didn't get caught in there because they were pretty quick and free about keeping people in there. So I'm going to head on out of here a little bit. I don't think there's anything else going on around DC. And like I said, I don't think there's any groups that will be coming back out tonight. All that chatter of like organized groups, because if you can see, it's mostly it's basically media that's left. There's, a couple of hardcore protesters out. There's still some bullhorns happening. But yeah, there isn't. It seems a little silly at this point to be out because there just isn't. Like, the protesters have dispersed. They're all, So this is the perimeter though that they've created. There's no one trying to come in, so the only thing I can think is that they're here to keep. There's no one trying to push their way in from the other side. My guess is that this little perimeter they've created right here is to kettle people in and arrest them when they've decided that they've had enough. But right now there's one spot there's this one entrance to get in and out. And, but like I said, there's not really anything a part of me feels like this is a peaceful, if these are protesters, there's a lot of media, but there are still protesters left. It is kind of interesting that it's a huge police presence out here for next to no people. Like, I'm telling, there's layers here. There's National Guard, there's Metro Police, there's DC Police, there's Capitol Police, and they're all like mustered out here. And it kind of feels like, if there's no, it's people are peacefully assembled. I don't know. My question would be, why push them together and arrest them? Like, at what point do we say, like, there can be a state of emergency and it makes sense to clear the streets and to turn this around. It makes sense to clear the streets and get people out, but at what point are we infringing upon people's rights to peacefully protest? And I'm not talking earlier, I'm talking like right now. Let me get away from this. Like, at what point do they say you can't peacefully protest anymore? Because I was kettled in there with everyone with a press badge and kind of and had to get myself out before before I was potentially arrested with the other people that were in the middle. So here's the rest of the line. And like I said, we know you have a soul.
We know that you guys, I'd like you guys to
There's still a large police presence out on the streets, though. They've got all of the streets downtown blocked off, so you can't even get down here from outside streets. It was interesting too because when I was heading down to this area, they had it's cold. When I was coming down here earlier today, just trying to see what's happening across the street over here real quick. They shut down the Maps programs. Like Google Maps was working for a while, and that got shut down. I'm gonna flip you around real quick. I'm not sure where all these cops are going, but I got so turned around trying to get down here because they shut down all the maps. Like I was looking at my phone and suddenly the maps were deactivated, like taken offline. I don't know who has the power to do that. You know, like who has the power to say, hey, turn off the maps going to the Capitol building? But it happened across several platforms. And then at another point, I'm walking out. I'm just, at another point, we were up by the Capitol, and it was when they were actually storming. Like, there was two attempts. There was two big pushes into the Capitol, and the second one I was there for, and my phone just went. I was, it's getting cold. I'm gonna cover. The second time, I was standing there on my phone, and I was just video recording because we had no signal. And my phone and several of the phones next to me they stopped working. Like they shut off. And I don't know. I didn't know that could happen, but I wouldn't have thought it could happen, except it did happen. It actually happened twice today. It happened just a little while ago. I was live and my phone just shut itself down. So anyway, all right, I'm going to figure out. Someone said there was something going down over here. But here we are. This is the other side of that perimeter line. I really do wonder if anyone, can you look in the comments? Could someone tell me in the comments how many people were actually arrested tonight, if that number has been released? So, I mean, there's definitely rumors that there are groups coming back out to, I'm totally walking the wrong way. There we go. I hear chatter. I'm going to go close to people. I was trying to get. So there was a group that I can't hear them anymore. But they were talking about people coming back out tonight to get on that, to get into the Capitol building. They're not getting anywhere near it. Like this, the police aren't letting anybody get in there. It was, I don't know if I was live, but yeah, I think I was live when this guy was trying to get over a border or a barrier that had been pepper sprayed and was carrying a piece of the Capitol, like a piece of furniture that had like a broken off piece of wood from like a chair or handrail or whatever. And someone had, one of the people that had actually busted through the windows of the Capitol, he was carrying a piece of that. I don't know, you guys, I love history. I'm kind of minored in it. And I wanted to be like, hey, that's irreplaceable. You can't glue that thing back together. There's no Gorilla Glue that's going to work on that. But I don't know. It's like I've heard this statement today that you have to tear it down to build it up again. And I think that's probably their thinking on it. So yeah, but seeing a piece of the Capitol, like in someone's hands outside, like we've visited, I'm getting emotional, but Like, this is my hometown. You know, I brought my kids down here. Sorry, I'm tired. It's been a really long day, I think. Anyway, I brought my kids down here. We go to museums. I love history, and then I torture them with it. But we've gone to all the museums down here. We visited the Capitol. We actually were able to go through the White House last year. And, you know, outside of politics or outside of anything else, it's hard to see, see something historical that's irreplaceable be damaged. And gosh, I don't know, my heart's heavy. Like, our nation's in trouble. You know, like, American citizens broke into the Capitol today. I didn't think that could happen. I mean, it hasn't happened in 200 years, so I didn't think that was something that I would see in my lifetime. And now we're at the beginning, you know? I've seen a lot this year, actually. Like, doing this with CJTV and being in protests and riots. People are angry. And they're feeling helpless and hopeless. And I don't know, you guys, we got to just talk to each other and do what we can to heal a little bit, because we're not doing ourselves any favors. We're falling apart. You know, our country we're having a hard time. I don't know. I talked to the one guy today who had been shot in the stomach with a non-lethal round, and it ripped a nice little patch in his belly there. And you know, he said he's 50-something years old. He's a grandfather, and he's never been politically active before. And you know, while I was standing next to him, he was shouting things at the police that I don't think a version of himself, 10 years ago would have thought he would be standing in front of the nation's Capitol telling police they're pigs and he's going to burn all of his back the blue flags, because, I don't think people imagine themselves getting that point of anger and frustration. But, if everyday citizens can get to a point of that level of intensity, I don't know, you guys, is there any hope for us? I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't really have anything else to report down here. Like I said, it's really quieted down. I think they probably are going to make a good handful of arrests, because there are some people that are, not going to give up. But that was the day. We had, the president spoke and his son spoke, and Congress was disrupted, so there weren't any votes. I don't think anything was certified. I've been out here for a long time, but yeah, I don't know that anything. What do you guys think? Was something accomplished today? I guess it was accomplished in that the votes weren't certified, but they have time to do that anyway. So, all right, I'm rambling now. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm just tired and hungry, but.